Hi, this is Dan Bullard, retired electronics engineer, sitting on the front deck of my houseboat again. It's almost Valentine's Day. We got through Groundhog Day, so yay, we're getting there. I want to do another short video. I really got those people at Caltech really upset. Like I said, I go on the web all the time and look for stuff on harmonics. And I watched this video of this guy, and I don't even know his name. I'll put the link up here. He's using audio tools. And, whatever, use whatever you want. But he's not really looking at harmonics. He just did a thing on harmonics. You put harmonic in the name, it ought to mean something. But he did this video trying to explain harmonics. And he showed this video, and it really is something. So he's changing some variable, probably a DC offset somewhere. But watch what happens. What do you see? You see the harmonic signature changing, don't you? He doesn't know what that is. He's never heard that term. He doesn't know what that is. The harmonic signature is changing because he's moving the distortion as he's clipping at a different place along the sine wave, and that's the angle. So that's law 2. Now, I see this, and you look at this stuff and they say it's random. The people at Stack Overflow said, oh, that's just random. It's not random. There's a pattern, and I've seen it. I've seen it in multiple instruments, and here on this guy's video, I've seen it. He didn't even notice it. So you got to put these things together. That's really what science is all about, putting facts together to come up with an explanation of what's going on. And, I don't fault the guy. I mean, he's not the first person to do this. Thousands, maybe millions of people have seen this and never ever put the 2 and 2 together. But you can see a pattern. Oh, that's an artifact. If you have a master's degree, that's what you say. Terry Wilson. Sorry, Terry. That's not an artifact. That's real. That comes from the Bullard harmonic solution. And the Bullard harmonic solution contains a cosine term. And it's really cool. It's really cool. It's based on David Hillel Wilson's solution to the harmonics in a square wave. And David Hillel Wilson died at age like 49. So I'm ahead of him. I beat him so far by 18 years. So let's see if I can make him a little longer, But this harmonic signature is invisible to these people. And they don't know what it is. They assume it's random. It's not random. I'm the only person on the planet who ever figured it out. And I'll tell you, I didn't figure out how it was created by looking into the wave. I knew there was a pattern based on what David Hillel Wilson had come up with. And I started with sine, and that didn't work. And I started with cosine, and there was something wrong with that. And I eventually worked out it was a cosine function, and that's what makes the humping pattern. And it makes a lot of other interesting patterns, like the guys that in that mechanical website, they were saying that this bearing that failed, they couldn't figure out why there was this pattern of these things popping up in the spectrum. It was a bearing that failed, and they couldn't figure out why these things. They could tell that the bearing had failed based on the vibration showing up as a fundamental frequency, but they couldn't figure out what these other things were. They were harmonics. And it just turned out that I had done a simulation at 45 degrees, and their distortion was at 45 degrees. So boom, it's 45 degrees. Nobody knows the angles involved. Nobody, not a single person on the planet, except for you guys. If you, especially, have been watching my videos, I got the people at Stack Overflow really pissed off, and they threw me out again. They can't understand it. They had to throw my post away, deleted it, because they couldn't understand it. They couldn't understand what I was talking about, and I refused to clarify. I had explained it enough. It's a really, really simple thing. Bruce Tibbets, Terry Wilson, Tony, all these guys, they don't understand it. They make up these magical things, and I feel, if I want to feel like I've accomplished something in my life, All I have to do is go look on the web for harmonics. Search YouTube or search other things for harmonics, and I can see that I'm superior to virtually everybody on the planet, including Feynman. And since I didn't screw my cousin, that puts me ahead of Einstein too. So, in my generation, Einstein was the epitome of genius. But I'm not a genius. I really am not. I mean, I wish I were, but I just see things pretty clear because I've worked on this stuff. When I worked in the electronics industry, now let me just tell you this. I traveled all over the world, and I mentioned I had to go to UCLA, and at UCLA we went to this breakfast place and they had kippers and eggs, and I love kippers and eggs. I had them in Southampton, England, and I've been to Plymouth, I've seen Stonehenge, I've seen all this stuff. In Seoul, South Korea, I went to I think it was a Hilton, and I stayed at the Hilton for like 2 weeks, maybe 3, and I really despised Korea. But at the Hilton, they had this breakfast buffet, and they had sushi, they had eggs, they had scrambled eggs, bacon, sausage, whatever you wanted. They were used to that because the GIs who lived there. But they had this curry chicken, and it was so good. So I would have, for breakfast, I would have rice with curry chicken on top of it with all the sauce. Oh my God, I never had a better breakfast in my life. Forget kippers and eggs. Curry chicken was fantastic. It was a great place. So I've been all over the world. I've done all kinds of things. I've worked on stuff like you cannot imagine the things that I've worked on. And I didn't use little scopes, little spectrum analyzers, or little voltmeters. I used big honking machines. Stuff like the Teradyne A5 or the Genrad GR16 or the Schlumberger S9000. I used big machines, and I wrote in C or Pascal or C++ or whatever they needed code in. I would figure it out. I can do anything. But right now I'm just doing this. I'm trying to school you guys to get you up to speed. So anyway, it's a beautiful day. The sun's shining. We're getting out of this. Maybe eventually I'll be swimming back there. But for now, I'm just going to kick back and relax. So once again, from the river, this is Dan Bullard. See ya.